Do you know this word, melt? If you don't, I will explain. Imagine a cube of ice, an ice cube, or some snow. Imagine that. And now it's getting hot. And this cube of ice or this snow starts becoming water again. So it's not solid anymore. Now it's liquid again. It's water again. So if it's becoming water, it is melting. It's a verb. So when something melts, it means it was solid, but now it's becoming liquid or becoming liquid again. So ice melts, snow melts. Can you think of more examples of things that can melt? Please leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and follow for more. The word of the day, litter, it may be a verb, it may be a noun, and it has at least two different meanings. Number one, as a verb, it refers to throwing away trash in the street. Imagine you are drinking from a bottle of soda. You drink the soda, now it's empty, and you throw it away in the street. What are you doing? You are littering. There are signs in the street and they say don't litter, which means don't throw your trash away in the street. Litter could also be a noun. It refers to the trash people throw in the street. So you could say there is litter in the park, which means there's trash in the wrong place. It's in the park, it's in the street. It should be in the trash can. So it's called litter. Now number two, as a noun, imagine your cat, your dog is pregnant. They're expecting baby dogs, baby cats, and then they are born. It's a group of baby cats. It's a litter. So the litter, the word litter refers to the group of dogs or cats or some other animal when they are born together. So these two cats, they come from the same litter, which means they were born together. They come from the same group of cats that were born together. These are two meanings of the word litter. Can you think of any other meanings? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and follow for more. You have a kid and your kid asks you to go to a friend's house or to go to a party. And then you say, yes, you can go, but be back home at 10 p.m. That is the time you have to be back home. Curfew. That's the word of the day, curfew. It's the time your child must be home. Your child goes somewhere, but they have to be back home at 9 p.m., at 10 p.m. This is your child's curfew. A curfew can also be imposed by a government. The government imposes a curfew, which means after a certain time of the day, you and everyone is supposed to be home. It may happen especially during a war or during a period of political instability, and if the government wants to keep things organized, they may think it's a good idea to impose a curfew. Some people don't obey the curfew, so they may break it. They break the curfew, and there may be punishments. And after a while, after things are back to normal, the government may decide to lift the curfew, which means there's no more curfew. You can go outside anytime you want. This is the word of the day. Don't forget to like and follow for more. You're very busy this morning. You need to go to the supermarket to buy some groceries. You need to stop by at the drugstore to buy some painkillers. You will also stop by at your friend's home to return something you had borrowed. You'll stop at the bank to pay some bills, which means you are very busy because you have to do a lot of errands. This is the word of the day, errands. When you do errands or when you run errands, that's when you make this short trip to do something. For example, you go to the supermarket, you go to a grocery shop, to the drugstore, you stop by at a friend's house. You have these little things you need to do, these places you need to go to, especially if it's in your neighborhood, it's around you, or maybe downtown. What you're doing is you are doing errands. You are running errands. I have a lot of errands to do today, or I have to do a few errands this morning. This is the word of the day. Don't forget to like and follow for more. You go to a store because you want to buy a new phone. Then you start looking at all the different types, the different models of phones, and you don't like this one because it's too small, you don't like that one because it's too big, or that one because you don't like that brand. And then there's always something you don't like. You are not easily satisfied. The word is fussy. You are fussy, which means it's very difficult for people, for things to make you satisfied, to make you happy. You have a checklist of things you like and don't like, and then every time you will eat a type of food or buy some product, you have a list of things you don't like. Try this food, and you say, I don't like it, there's too much salt, or I don't like it, it's too spicy, or it's too bland. You have high standards. You are fussy. There are two other words you can also use, and they have a similar meaning. The words are choosy or picky. He is so choosy about clothes, or she is so picky about food. The same way you use the word fussy. They are so fussy about cell phones. We are so fussy about drinks. This is the word of the day. Don't forget to like and follow for more. You ask me to lend you some money, but I say no, I refuse. And you feel really angry. You have this feeling of anger, this resentment, and it lasts for a long time. You don't forget what I did. You don't forget my refusal. What you're doing is you are holding a grudge. You hold a grudge against me for refusing to lend you the money. So months later, or maybe years later, we are talking, and then you say, remember that time? Remember that day when I asked you for some money and you said no? So I can still remember that, which means you're holding a grudge, or you are bearing a grudge against me. This is the word of the day. By the way, do you ever hold a grudge against someone? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and follow for more. You are by the pool. And in this pool, there are two areas. There's one for adults and there's one for kids. The one for adults is usually deep. It's deeper than the part for kids. So if you are a grown-up, if you are an adult, that is the part where you stay. You get into the water and you stay in this deeper part. But if you are a kid, you go to the other part, to the other end, the part that is not deep. You go to this shallow part. Shallow. That is the word of the day. Shallow is the opposite of deep. If something is not deep, it is shallow. It may be a shallow swimming pool or the shallow part of the beach. It could also be a shallow pan. If you want to cook, you could choose a shallow pan and not the deep one. That is the meaning of this word, shallow. And here is a question. When you go to the pool, which part do you choose? Do you stay in the deeper part or do you stay in the shallow part with the kids? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and follow for more.